In the previous session, we have finished the junction field effect transistor that is JFET. Today, we will have a look at one more kind of a transistor that is MOSFET, that is actually metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. So this is a type of field effect transistor in which there is no PN junction. Okay, there is no PN junction like in JFET. Instead, the gate of the MOSFET is insulated from the channel by a silicon dioxide layer. So the gate is insulated from the channel. So you have an insulated gate. Okay, and that insulation is done using a silicon dioxide layer. So there are two basic types of MOSFETs that are available based on how they are constructed. One is enhancement type MOSFET. In short, we call them E-MOSFET, and the other one is depletion type MOSFET. In short, we call them D-MOSFET. And these names actually are given based on the operation modes of MOSFETs. Okay, of these two types of MOSFETs, the enhancement MOSFET is more widely used. Okay, E-MOSFET is popular. Because polycrystalline silicon is now used for the gate material instead of metal, so we do not use a metal for the gate. We use an insulator or an insulated material like polycrystalline silicon. MOSFETs are sometimes called IGFETs. Okay, IGFET stands for insulated gate field effect transistor. So the MOSFETs are also called insulated gate field effect transistors, or in short, we call them IGFETs. So there are two modes of operation. As I said, there are two modes of operation. One is enhancement mode, other one is depletion mode. The enhancement type MOSFET, that is E-MOSFET, it can operate only in enhancement mode. In E-MOSFET, there is only one mode of operation, that is enhancement mode, and it has got no depletion mode of operation. Whereas the D-MOSFET or the depletion type MOSFET, it can be operated in both the modes, that is either in depletion mode or in enhancement mode. That's why D-MOSFET is also called DE-MOSFET. DE-MOSFET stands for depletion enhancement MOSFET, means it can operate in both the modes, that is depletion mode and enhancement mode. But popularly we call it as D-MOSFET, that is depletion type MOSFET, and E-MOSFET is enhancement type MOSFET. So we will look at the construction and operation of both the types of MOSFETs. First, we will have a look at the enhancement type MOSFET, that is E-MOSFET, how it is constructed and how it operates. Okay, so this, as we have seen, E-MOSFET, it can be operated only in enhancement mode and it has got no depletion mode. So what is the speciality of E-MOSFET is it has got no structural channel. That means there will be no channel when a E-MOSFET is constructed, it has got no channel. There will be no channel. Okay, so if you want to understand the construction or the structure of a basic structure of an E-MOSFET, this is an N-channel E-MOSFET. Okay, wherein the channel that will be created will be of N-type. Okay, now just look at this particular figure, which is on the left side. So you actually have a substrate, a material, which is of P-type. In that P-type, two regions of N-type are diffused. Okay, two regions of N-types are diffused, and there will be an insulating material like a silicon dioxide layer over that gate is connected. The two N regions, they are connected to two terminals, that is drain and the source. Okay, so this is the way. What you can see is there is no connection between the two N regions. So there is no physical channel. There is no physical or there is no structural channel during construction. Okay. P-type substrate is the basic structure upon which N-type regions are created by diffusion, what you can see here in the figure. An oxide layer, that is silicon dioxide layer, which acts as an insulator, covers the entire P-type substrate and the N-type regions. Okay, so this is there over this P-type and N-type regions. By etching proper openings through the oxide layer, metal contacts for source and drain connections are made to the N regions. Okay, metal contacts are made for source and drain regions. The gate contact is formed on the surface of the oxide layer. The gate is insulated, right? So over the oxide layer, which acts as an insulator, you connect the gate. The gate is separated from the channel through this insulating material. The gate is electrically insulated from both N-type regions and the P-type substrate. Okay. So what happens here is, regardless of the polarity of the applied voltage, no electrons can flow from the source to drain. Now, from the source to drain, whatever voltage you connect, whether positive or negative, no current can flow, because here you have an, see, the source and drain, they are connected to n-type regions, and in between there is p-type. So there is a p-n junction. So if you connect positive here and negative here, or negative here and positive here, either way, one of the p-n junction will be reverse biased and the other will be forward biased. So if one is forward biased, other is reverse biased, the flow of current is not possible in this case when you give a single voltage there, right? So that's why there is no flow of current from source to drain. No electrons can flow from source to drain because n-type source, p-type substrate, and n-type drain, they behave as two p-n junctions connected back to back. So there are two p-n junctions. This is one junction, this is another junction, which are connected back to back. And one of the p-n junctions is always reverse biased. Means either way you connect the voltage, with the positive you give here or negative, one of the junction is always reverse biased. So now, whatever voltage you connect, there is no current possible from source to drain or drain to source, when you connect any voltage from drain to source, this voltage. But you can start that conduction, by connecting some voltage at the gate. Okay, by connecting some voltage at the gate. Now consider a positive voltage is applied between the gate and the source, like this, as shown in this figure. So now you give a positive voltage here, VDD, okay, and consider a positive voltage is connected at the gate, between the gate and the source, like this. This is a source which is connected to the common ground. You connect a positive voltage here, okay. So here there is a metal, okay, and inside, there is a conductor, a semiconductor region, and in between there is an insulator, okay. So as the oxide layer is an insulator sandwiched between two conductive regions, a capacitive effect is formed. So what happens here is, there is a insulating material in between two conducting regions. So this, this is similar to the structure of a capacitor, and that's why it develops an capacitive effect. So what happens in a capacitor, it is a similar thing. There is an insulating material in between two conducting regions. So maybe it's parallel plate capacitor, wherein there are two parallel plates, in between there is an insulator, right? So similar to that, here there are two conducting regions, in between there is an insulator. Because of that, capacitive effect is formed. What do you mean by capacitive effect? Whenever there are two conducting regions between, two conducting regions separated by an insulator, if at all there is a charge developed on one of the plates, and equal charge is induced on the other plate, equal but opposite polarity charge is induced on the other plate, okay. Now if you have connected this to the positive voltage, there will be positive charge. If there are positive charges here, right, and because of the capacitive effect, equal amount of negative charges are created on the other side of the region, okay, other side of the capacitor. Here, where is that other side? Actually it was here, right? Here there were no electrons, it was only p substrate. Because you have connected this positive voltage here, okay, because of that some negative charges are developed in this. Because of this negative charges, what are negative charges? They are electrons, right? So these electrons, they form the channel. So that channel is called induced channel. The channel was not there while constructing, but it has developed, it has induced, okay. The channel is induced in the p substrate, so that's why it is called induced channel. And in this case, the channel is made up of electrons. So here also, this is n-type region, there are free electrons. This is n-type region, there are free electrons. So there are electrons induced in between, which form the path that is called the induced n channel. Since it is of electrons, it is negative particle, that's why we call it an n channel. So here what we observe in E MOSFET is, the channel is not present, or it is not structurally present, but it will be induced during operation, okay. Yeah, the metal surface, which is gate, and the conducting substrate act as the capacitor plates, that is on the either side of this insulating material. When a positive charge is applied to one plate of the capacitor, a corresponding negative charge is induced on the opposite plate due to the electric field between the plates, right? So in this case, positive potential at the gate induces negative charges in the p-type substrate. So this it results in an induced N-type channel. This charge results from the minority carriers or electrons that are attracted towards the area of the gate, right? So there are electrons, because of this positive polarity, there will be negative charges which will be polarized near the plate. So we have negative particles. As the number of electrons reaching the region increases, the N channel is formed gradually, and the resistance between the source and the drain decreases. Because of this channel, the resistance will decrease. That means there are free electrons, and that finally the channel is formed. The greater the gate potential, the lower the channel resistance and higher the drain current ID. Because of this, channel resistance will decrease and the current starts flowing. Okay, the current starts flowing. That current is the drain current, the current which enters through the drain of the MOSFET. This process is called enhancement. Okay, it is called enhancement because you are enhancing the channel. The channel it was not there, and you are enhancing it. The that thing is getting enhanced. The number of carriers are enhanced. The number of charge carriers are enhanced or increased, and that is why the resulting device is called enhancement type MOSFET or E-MOSFET. Okay, so here there were no charge carriers, but you are inducing certain charge carriers. That means you are enhancing the number of charge carriers. That's why the process is called enhancement, and the resultant device is called enhancement type MOSFET. In E-MOSFET, this is the only operational mode. Okay, it can operate only in this kind of mode, that is enhancement mode. So the channel, if it has to get induced, there is a criteria that the gate to source voltage, the source voltage at between the gate and source due to this applied VGG, that gate to source voltage, it has to be greater than a particular voltage. Only then the channel will get formed. Okay, so that particular voltage after which the conduction starts, actually, that voltage is called the threshold voltage, VGS threshold. VGS, GH stands for VGS threshold. Okay, so this is a symbol of an E-MOSFET. There is a gate like this, it is connected like this, and there is a drain and there is a source. Here, there are three dashed lines. The dashed lines indicates that there is no structural channel. The channel is only enhanced. Okay, it is only induced by enhancement. So we should show dashes instead of a straight line. Then wherever there is an arrow mark inside, that is N channel E-MOSFET. So wherever that arrow mark, it is connecting, that is the source terminal. In P channel, the arrow mark is outside. Okay, so these are the symbols of your N channel and P channel E-MOSFETs. So what we have seen the example is it is an N channel E-MOSFET. In case of a P channel E-MOSFET, the substrate will be of N type and these regions will be of P type. Okay, so you need to create a P channel. To create P channel, you need to give a negative gate voltage. The gate voltage will be negative in case of P channel E-MOSFET. Okay, that is what we have in the next slide. In a P channel E-MOSFET, the substrate is of N type and the diffuse regions are of P type. When a negative voltage is applied between the gate and the source, a P channel is induced in the N type substrate. The operation of a P channel, it can be explained on the same grounds, except that the voltage polarities are opposite to those of the N channel. The polarities of the voltage will change, rest all things are the same. Okay, so here it will be negative, here also it will be negative, and here there will be negative charges, and here positive charges, and because it will create a P channel, and the substrate will be of N type in case of P channel E-MOSFET. Next, you have another type of MOSFET, that is depletion type MOSFET. In depletion type MOSFET, we have said that it operates in both the modes. That is, it can either operate in depletion mode or in enhancement mode. So we also call it depletion enhancement MOSFET sometimes. Okay, so this is a structure of a N channel DMOSFET, and this is a structure of a P channel DMOSFET. What you observe is there is a channel already. Unlike E-MOSFET, in D-MOSFETs, the channel is already there. When it is constructed itself, the channel is already there. Just all things are same. Okay, so there is in N channel DMOSFET, the substrate is of P type. In a P channel DMOSFET, the substrate is of N type. Here N type regions are diffused and the channel is of N type. Here P type regions are diffused and channel is of P type. Even in here, there is a polycrystalline gate and a silicon dioxide insulating material. Okay, so between the gate and the channel. Okay, the gate is insulated even in this case. Okay, that this is a one end of the N type is connected to drain and at the other end to the source. Here P type, one is connected to drain, other is the source. Okay, so what the main difference between E MOSFET and D MOSFET is the presence of a channel, physical channel. In case of E MOSFET, it is not there, it is only induced. But in D MOSFET, the channel is already there when it is constructed. The drain and the source are diffused into the substrate material, and then they are connected by a narrow channel adjacent to the insulated gate. There is a channel and it is already connected. In an N-channel D MOSFET, the substrate is of P-type and diffused regions are of N-type, and the channel is formed by doping N-type material adjacent to the gate, as you can see here. Gate, sorry, yeah. So substrate is of P-type, diffused regions are of N-type. In case of a P-channel D MOSFET, the substrate is of N-type and diffused regions are of P-type. Substrate is of N-type. Over that, you are diffusing P-channel, P-type regions, and the channel is formed by doping P-type material adjacent to the gate. The channel is also P-type. So let us consider the example of an N-channel D MOSFET now. In an N-channel D MOSFET, since the gate is insulated from the channel, either a positive or a negative gate voltage can be applied. We can apply either a positive voltage or a negative voltage. And based on what you apply, you know, there are two modes of operation. It can either operate in depletion mode or in enhancement. Okay. The N-channel D MOSFET, it operates in the depletion mode when negative gate to source voltage is applied. If that applied voltage is negative in an N-channel, then it operates in depletion mode. Okay. If that applied gate to source voltage is positive, then it operates in enhancement mode. So when it is positive, you know, we have seen the operation in E MOSFET. Same thing happens. When you connect it to positive, the charges get induced here. Already channel is there. The channel resistance will still decrease. Okay, that means the conductivity of the channel is still enhanced, furthermore enhanced when you connect a positive. It acts in enhancement mode. But when you connect negative, you know, it works in depletion mode. The D MOSFETs are generally operated in the depletion mode. So in depletion mode, what happens is you are connecting a negative voltage between gate and source. When you connect negative voltage between gate and source, the negative charges on the gate, they induce an equal amount of positive charges on the other side of the oxide layer. Now, this is the opposite thing what we have seen. In E MOSFET, while operating, you had connected positive in the N-channel E MOSFET, you had connected positive voltage here. Because of the positive charge carriers, negative carriers were induced here that formed the channel. Here, if you connect negative gate voltage, because of the negative charges, you know, on the other side of the thing, I mean, in this, in the channel, positive charges are induced. If positive charges are induced, then what happens? The channel is of N-type, and if positive charges appear here, positive charges in the sense there will be holes. So if holes appear near this, the holes, they combine with the electrons. Electrons, you know, they were part of the channel. If the electrons get combined with the holes, then there will be no more free electrons. That means the charge carriers are, the region becomes depleted of charge carriers, right? The region becomes depleted of charge carriers. This results in the recombination of holes with electrons in the channel and reduces the number of free electrons available, right? When there are positive charges or holes induced, electrons get combined with them, so number of free electrons get reduced. This makes the channel depleted of charge carriers, which increases the effective resistance of the channel. When there are no charge carriers, obviously resistance will increase. If the resistance increases, the current flow will decrease, right? So as you apply negative voltage, the channel becomes depleted of charge carriers. That's why that mode of operation is called depletion. As VGS is made more and more negative, the channel resistance becomes more and more, thereby resulting in lesser drain current. Okay, if you apply more and more negative voltage here, finally, you know, the current will become very less, and finally it becomes zero. Okay, at a sufficiently negative gate to source voltage, the channel is totally depleted and the drain current becomes zero. That voltage at which the drain current becomes zero is called VGS off. That is the turn off voltage. Okay, VGS off or the turn off voltage. Next, if you want to operate in enhancement mode, when a positive voltage is applied between gate and source, just like we have seen in enhancement mode in E MOSFET, you apply positive voltage. In case of N channel, you apply positive voltage between gate and source. The free electrons are induced in the channel. This will enhance the channel conductivity and thus ID increases. When you apply positive here, negative particles will be induced here. already there is an N channel. If further free electrons are added, the more current flows into the in the circuit. So that is enhancement. Normally, D MOSFETs are operated in depletion mode and E MOSFETs are operated in enhancement mode. But D MOSFET can also be operated in enhancement mode, whereas E MOSFET, it can operate only in enhancement mode, but not in depletion mode. Okay, so this is the symbol of D MOSFETs. What you see is there is a straight line here instead of dashed lines as in E MOSFET. Here you have straight lines. Whenever it is entering, it is N channel. When it is leaving, we call it a P channel. So if you consider the P channel D MOSFET, the explanation of that can be explained as you have explained for N channel, except the voltage polarities are opposite to those of the N channel. So that means if you want to explain here in P channel, this is of N type and the channel is of P type, diffuse regions are of P type. In depletion mode, you are connecting a positive voltage at the gate and source. We are connecting a positive voltage to the gate and source. Because of the positive potential here, positive charge carriers, negative charge carriers will be induced in the channel. Negative charge carriers, they combine with the holes or the P type, right? P type region means there are more holes. If they combine, number of holes will become less. So the channel becomes depleted of charge carriers. So as you increase this negative voltage, positive voltage, as you increase this positive voltage, finally, at certain point, the current becomes zero. Okay, so that is depletion mode. In enhancement mode, you have to connect a negative voltage here. Because of this negative voltage, there will be negative charges on the gate. Because of that, on the other side of the insulating material, you will get positive charges induced. Those positive charges, they get added up with the channel charge carriers in the channel, and thereby they increase the conductivity, which will increase the drain current ID. Okay, so that way you can explain the operation of a P channel D MOSFET. Okay, this is about the construction and operation of your MOSFETs. What we have seen is there are two modes of operation: enhancement mode and depletion mode. Based on that, there are two types of MOSFETs: enhancement type E MOSFET and depletion type or D MOSFET. You have seen how they are constructed and how they operate when voltages are applied to them. Okay, in the next class, we will see some of the characteristics and parameters of these MOSFETs and also some application of MOSFETs. Okay, we'll end the session.